Good morning, everybody. How are we all today? My name is Lorraine and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Fraser Coast area of Queensland. I actually live in Maryborough, so I can help out anybody who's in Australia, and I do card classes in the local area. I do card buffets, I do shares, a bit of everything. So yeah. So this morning, oh, I've got my camera sitting down there. I don't usually do that. Sorry, I'll put it back down in a minute. Good morning, Suzanne. Lovely to see you this morning. How is it at your place? It's gorgeous and sunny here and not too hot yet. So that's really good. So today I am going to be doing something a little bit different. And I hope you enjoy it, but we'll possibly get 2 cards done because they're not exactly hard cards to make. Hi, Lynn, how are you? Lovely to see you. So yeah, so what I want to do is I'm just going to pop straight down onto the desk because I just want to, well, let's see if we can do this now. I'll change the camera again. There we go. Okay, now if I don't get that right, you're going to see my disgusting desk, but okay, that's okay. So just a very quick reminder, Celebration is coming to an end. Today is the 20th of February. Celebration comes to an end on the 28th. There's 8 days left to pop your orders in and to get your free stuff. Now, what's in the Celebration catalogue is not all there is. When you go online, you'll see that there's other things as well. So you can get free items. If you spend $100, you can get a free item. If you spend $200, you can get 2 $100 free items. Not $100 free, you know what I mean. 2 items from the $100 category, or you can get 1 item from the $200 category. So that was just a quick reminder that that is coming up. And also at the same time, our special joining offer will also finish. Now, this is a fantastic offer for anyone who's been thinking about joining. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but you get your normal $235 worth of free product that you choose, or product that you choose for yourself, for $169. And then on top of that, you get an extra $162 worth if you go with the Stampin' Right markers. You get 2 packs for those, and you also get, I should have got mine out, but I didn't. Is that going to, yeah, so you also get that stamp set there. Sorry if it's not focusing. Or you can go with option 2 and you get your $235 worth plus an extra $51 for $169. Okay, so that is that. Really good time now to join if that's what you were thinking of, and also a good time if you were thinking of putting in an order, then pop one in now so that you are eligible for your free items. Okay, nothing like a freebie. Doesn't matter whose language we're talking. All right, so, oh, it's sunny there as well. That's good. It's not too warm at the moment, thank goodness, Suzanne. So today I called this Thoughtful Thursday because I had to think about what I was going to do as per normal. But today I'm going plain and I'm going simple. And this is what we're going to be working with. So I don't know. Hi, Holly. How are you today? Lovely to see you. I don't know if you can. Oh, there you go. You can see that we've got some embossing on here, simple die cut and some ribbon. And then on the inside, that's all we've got. So we do get a bit carried away sometimes with piling stuff onto the front of the cards. And yes, we make them look absolutely gorgeous, but sometimes we just need clean and simple and plain. And so I thought that's what we'd do today. So I'll replicate this one, which is easy enough to do. And then I thought we'd have some fun because I thought I would do another one, but I would do it with either red and white or red and black. We'll make that decision when the time comes and see how we go with that. But just so straightforward and so easy. So there we go. Alrighty, so let's get started. Let's not sit here and, oh, I've got a cat in the bedroom. There you go, in the craft room, I should say. At the moment, it's a bedroom because Mum's here. So we will cut the card as we do. So I've already, so it's 5 3/4. And this is the basic thick cardstock by basic white thick by 8. There we go. So there's our, well, that was clever, wasn't it? There's our card base, which is there ready for us. So we'll just give that a bit of a, now we want another piece for the insert and another piece for the top. So that's 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So let's have a look. I don't think I'm going to get 2 out of here. So we'll go 3 3/4 and we'll go 5 1/2. So there's 1. So that will be our, I can make that our top layer, and then I will get another piece, which I probably should have got before I started. What's this one? What's that? What's this thing? Okay, sorry about that. And then I'll get another, cut another piece at 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So we'll go at the 3 3/4 to start with. And we'll go at 5 1/2. So that'll be our insert. That'll go into the middle. That's our starting spot. So we'll just stay at that for now. Now I am going to bring the cut and emboss onto the desk so that you can see what I'm doing when I emboss. So the embossing folder that I'm using, it's a 3D embossing folder. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of all the plates. So we need to get rid of the number 3s and the number 2s. We need to put the piece that we want embossed into the folder. Sorry, you can't see much when I've got that on the desk. And we'll just line that up with where we want it embossed. So that's what I've done there. I've just lined that up. Now I've only got the number 1 plate there. I'm putting that in there. And then we use the specialty number 4 plate and we pop that on top. And then we just run it through, and we run it through once. Oops, and we never take it out, bring it back. Simply because, and I have seen this, a lot of people talk about it and quite often we don't actually see it, but I have seen it. And what happens is if you bring it back through, this will bend up and it ends up looking like a duck's bill. So it's not pretty when that happens, and you wreck your folder. So now what I'm going to do is pop my number 2 and my 2 number 3 plates back ready to go through. We're going to do some die cutting in a minute. So we've got this lovely embossed sheet here. Okay, and it's funny because it always feels so thin once you've done it, because you've stretched all the fibers in here. It sort of feels a bit quite flimsy, but we're going to work on that bit first. So what I used for these pieces here, you need, just for this, you need something that's tall, and with your embossing, where are they? Haven't got them. With your die cuts, you need to make sure that it's actually going to die cut the pattern and not just do an outline, if that makes sense. So this one here just does an outline. So what it does, it gives like a thick, it does give it a defined sort of pattern, but it's more like a thick pattern, and it's not, I tried to use it and it wasn't going to work. So I'm using this one for now, and this is out of Thoughtful Wishes. This one's out of Thoughtful Wishes too, and when we do the next card, I'm definitely going to, I'm going to stamp and cut that out. So because I'm using black, so for this one, so just so that I can get that out of there, I'm just cutting a thin strip. I'm just going to do, what did I just do with it? Oh, there it is. I only need like 2.5 inches maybe of the black there, so I can cut that out, put that to one side, and then we'll get the cut and emboss machine back up on the deck. I'll put that over there. You know, I'm going to do that one day, and I'm going to turn the whole thing off and not realize what I've done, because I stick it onto the front of I pop it all onto the front of the computer. Now I need 2 of these because one didn't quite do the job. I definitely needed 2. So now we've got the number 1 plate, the number 2 plate, a number 3 plate, what we want to cut, and then another number 3 plate. So we can roll this backwards and forwards, and that gives us our first cut out. Now with these, you do need to poke them out. They're not just going to fall out most of the time. There we go, and there's our first one, and we'll just do the second one. And I have just put new-ish plates onto my emboss machine because my other ones were just so bad. As soon as I put something through it, everything was sticking to it. So that's number 2. Let's take that one out and pop it out through. I like to pop it both sides so that I'm not actually pulling on it. Oh, like I just did. Maybe a bit more. So we've had fun this morning because we have new neighbours. They've only been there, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. That doesn't want to come out of there. And they have 2 little chihuahuas. And I have a Staffy Cross Mastiff. So she's a bigger girl, but she's very docile, like when it comes to other dogs. She's very friendly. Well, these 2 little chihuahuas were out there this morning, and I could hear all this barking, and I thought, oh my goodness, what's going on? Maybe the new neighbour's dogs have got loose. So off I go in my ultimate wisdom, and the new neighbours are out there as well, which was really good because it meant I got to meet them. And yeah, their little chihuahuas were going right off. They were going absolutely mad. And poor Molly, she's just sitting there thinking, what did I do? I didn't do anything. So that was a bit of a... And then my mum, she's sitting in here. And then at the end, when I came back in, Mum's like, oh, thank goodness for that. I couldn't stand that barking because these little ones were barking. Now, okay, so I absolutely adore this ribbon, and I could use it on everything, but I won't So I will use it on this now, and then for the next one I will use something. Actually, no, let's go a bit different. What I'm going to use this time is I'm going to use this iridescent across there. So all I'm going to do is turn. Now, so we've got the embossed side and we've got the debossed side. So you can choose which side you want to use. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to run a bit of, Suzanne, don't watch this, bit of tape here and here. And then I'm going to put the ribbon around it. So this won't have such a thick ribbon as last time, but a ribbon it will have. And that's about as straight as my dog's hind leg. So let's pop that there. What is with you today, Lorraine? Okay, pop that. You know what, I'm going to take it, undo it, and then I'm going to do it this way because I can't get it straight. Basically just popping it straight across there. It can't be hard. And popping it underneath. There we go. Now we've got it. So we could just use the one piece. We could use two pieces. Whichever we decided was best. I think I'll just use the one piece. Because like I said, I'm trying to do these as plain and as easy as I possibly can. Now, let me see. All right, so I'm going to use the silicone matte and the glue. Before I do that, am I going to stick that? No, we'll just leave that. That'll stick down. And then I'm going to use that onto the back of these. They're very fine, these ones. So I'm just going to pop it onto the back. So that we've got a light coverage. And then I'm going to pop, I might pop that one over the top, and I'm just going to angle it slightly. Now, as much as I've only used a tiny bit on the back of there, sometimes because we're using, okay, that's okay, Suzanne. I will show you how to use it. That's if I can. I mean, yours might have something wrong with it. I don't know. And now I'm going to just to let you know, Suzanne and I have a little bit of a joke because putting the Seal Plus or the seal on, unfortunately, Suzanne has a little bit of trouble with it. So when it comes to on stage, everything I'm having trouble with, Suzanne's going to show me how to do it, and anything she's having trouble with, I'm going to show her how to do it. So it sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Now I'm just going to pop this one on top of that, like that. So none of them are going to ever look the same because, you know, we just do things differently all the time. And that's the whole thing about card making, isn't it? Like, I'm just going to nip that off because we don't need such a long stem. No card that we make will be identical to the other one. It doesn't matter how hard we try, we can't get them completely identical. And that, to me, is what makes it fun. So everything is different. All right, so just going to tie that bow there, which of course doesn't want to do its thing. And I'm using my huge scissors because they're my sharp ones at the moment. I have got a pair of snips in there, but I just don't get them out. And then the ribbon is going to sit. I'm just going to put it at the base there so that it sits on there. We really couldn't get much simpler than this. It does sound like a good plan, doesn't it? That way we both get the best of both worlds. So pop these two. I can see a couple of late nights, lots of talk, and possibly a couple of bottles of sparkling wine going down quite well. What say you, Suzanne? I think that might work. All right, so now we've just got the bow on there as well. So before we go any further, I am going to stick that onto the front, and just as a reminder, oh goodness me, just as a reminder, I am going to put extra glue on the back. And as you can see, that's sort of like stuck across there. Doesn't really matter how it goes as long as it looks right on the front. I'm going to put a reasonable amount of glue on because when we've got the embossing, it takes that bit more to stick it down. Okay, so just at that little bit more glue to pop that on, and then I'm going to put this onto the front of the card. So we've got white on white with just that little detail of black on it. Now we'll just put a sentiment. I'm going to use the same sentiments all the way through. It just makes it easier than re-inking different ones. So this is going to have thanks on it. I'm going to put it, actually this one might be a bit thick. I might actually put it down lower on this one, but I want to cut this down a bit because it is quite wide. So let me take it down. I'll pop it in there like that. You watch, I'll move my hands and the whole thing will move. Let's see what we've got now. I think that's going to be a better fit. Ooh, and you know what? Ooh. Here we go. When Lorraine has these, so that's about 1/4 of an inch. So if I do another one, let's do a long one. 1/4. Let's do it there. Nope, I bet I've done that. No, I've done it smaller. I need to do it bigger. So how big is that? Yeah, that's 1/4 of an inch. So I need to go 5/8. Just to make that one a tad bigger. And then I think what I might do is pop that on there like that. Which means I will get out the beautiful butterflies, because in here we have, is it this one? Nope, not that one. Stylish shapes, I think that's it. Sorry, wrong one. Get out the stylish shapes, and I should be able to cut out. That might just fit. Which one goes with that? Ooh, looks like I'm missing one. Where did that go? So that one goes there. No, that's right, isn't it? Those two. That's the. Oh no, they're not going to fit. Nope. Too bad. Won't be able to do that. Pop them back away. And I'll just do it like this. Okay, so we're just going to. It would make a nice sympathy card, wouldn't it? It would. I thought that when I was making them, that it would make a really nice sympathy card. Or for me, it's sort of like a card for somebody who I know but I don't know a lot about, because when I make cards, when I'm actually making the cards, I'm thinking about the person. that I'm making it for. And obviously, the more I know about that person, the more I can put into the card. So if you don't really know a person that well, something plain and simple. That is not straight array. Not at all. Something plain and simple is good. So I'm going to cut that at about there. And I'm going to stick it on. And if you're looking at it like I am and saying, that's not straight, you're right. I'll stick this one on here so that I can get it in the middle. With a bit either side. Yeah, see. This is going to be a bit of shut your eyes and pretend you can't see it, I think. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off a bit because it seems to be that bit that's not straight. Oh, that was silly, wasn't it? Oh, that'd be right. And then what you do is you cut in there, and then you cut from that corner to there, and from that corner to there, and you've got a nice banner. So again, you can do it this way. You can cut from this corner to there, and this corner to there, and you've got a banner either side. So what I'm going to do is just pop something. I'm thinking I'm going to pop that there, and then I might put a couple of little diamantes or something down there. Yes, exactly, Suzanne. That's what I do. Like when I'm sending to somebody that I know, I just put me into it, and I put what I know that they like into it. So it makes it so much more personal. But if you're just making like a general card, and it's why I don't like doing orders, because people to ask you to do something and then you do it to how you feel that, that's what they wanted. And then they'll look at it, and because they haven't made it, they've just envisaged it. It's not what they want, or, yeah. All the years that I made cards and that, I used to avoid doing orders because it was always very awkward. Let's just pop that. I'm trying to cover up a bit of glue that I've got on the front here. So I'm going to pop that up there. What do you think? You like that? Just that little bit of black and white in there. And now I'll do the same as I did. Just do it a little bit different. I'm using basic grey as a stamp pad here. I just feel that it's not quite as stark. So I'm going to put I appreciate you, because I've got the thanks across the front. Some there we go. And then down here, I'm going to put the butterfly, and then I'm going to stamp him off up there. And then we've got these little bits of, I love these, they're rather cute. I'm just going to pop these down. Like that. And that's going to be the insert. And we will just pop that inside. I had to open new glue. Thanks, Suzanne. And thanks, Holly. Like, they're so simple, aren't they? It's so simple to do. And really good if you're in a hurry as well, if you need to do something in a hurry. Actually, Suzanne, when I did this one this morning, I thought, oh, maybe that's what I should have done for my onstage cards. All right, so there's the insert. There's the outside, slightly different to the one that I made earlier, different ribbons, slightly different positioning of the things, you know, on there. I think that worked out, don't you? So, oh, that's right. I was going to pop something on there. Now, when it comes to, I know in the new stuff, we actually do have some black dots, but we don't. I haven't got any at the moment. So what I'm thinking, just to keep this as neutral as I can without adding color or too much color, I am just going to put a couple of these. I just want something on there just to make it look a bit. Take off that plainness where I did that too long. All right, so let's, does anyone else sit down and they've got an idea in their head of what we're going to do, and then basically it goes out the window. You totally forget it and do something completely different. But the good thing is it usually works. I'm just going to pop those two there. And of course, now I have to put another one on, don't I? Pop those two there. What do we think? Another one this side? Or no, I don't want to pop one up there randomly. It'll look a bit silly. Just going to pop another one that side. But I have to have three. I can't have two. There we go. Does that look okay? Awesome. So should we play with the red and the... Do you know, Lynn, watching the videos is a great time to actually catch up with your own stuff. I sometimes do that when I'm watching Linda, or if I'm watching Suzanne and I've got something that I can do and I can sort of look up occasionally and what have you, but you can hear it going on in the background, which is really good. I think we all do it. It's a great time for us to actually be in the zone, because we start off watching a card and then we start making our card, and yeah. So that's what we've got. We've got two black ones. Shall we go with the red? Yes, let's do the red. Let's do it. Okay. How did I know we'd agree? How did I know? Let me get a piece of... All right. I was tempted to go with Blackberry Bliss, but I thought it's going to be too close to the black to show much difference. All right, so are we going to use the same embossing folder, or should we change it up? I might get another one out just so that we've got something a bit different. All right, so we're going 5 3/4 by 8. My cat's on the move. That is dangerous. 5 3/4 by 8. So we'll do that. We will do, not with the thick one, we won't. We'll do 5 1/2 by 3 3/4 twice. Three and 3/4 by 5 1/2. 3/4 by 5.5. So that's one insert and one top layer. Now, what I want to do with this one is I want to work with the red. So I think I'll get the stamp out and I will stamp these in red. And then we'll chop them out. We'll use these ones instead of the other ones. So I know where it is. I'm thinking, where's that stamp? And it's here. All right. So I'm going to use the red and I'm going, oh look, I've got 2 pieces there. I'm going to stamp it in real red. Because that's what I'm using. Hang on, what am I doing? We'll try this, and if it doesn't work, I'll go back to the original. But let's see how this works. Because I actually want to stamp it. I wonder how it will look. Let's have a look. Let's see what happens if I... Oh, this is trial and error, I can tell you. So let's do 2 of those and just see. And if it doesn't look right, we won't use it. We'll just change it up again. Just need to cut that off. I know, I love Blackberry Bliss too. I would say it would be one of my favorite colors at the moment. I'm just cutting this so that I can put it through the... I'm not sure that I'm going to like it this way. I might just have to cut it straight. The other one that I used last time. But we can give it a go. Nothing like a bit of trial and error. So we can pop that on there. I'm going to put that there. Then I'm going to get the die cut and put over the top. Well, this takes a lot of concentration. This does. You've got to hold your tongue right. And I'm not as good as Suzanne. I don't stick mine down because I can never find my washi tape. We'll have a look and see what this looks like. And if I don't like it, I won't cut the other one. Ooh, I might like it. All right, what do we think? I've still got to emboss, but what do we think if we do that? You can see like the red on red lines in there. Shall we try that? Shall we see how it goes? Yes, tone on tone. So I'll do it again. We'll give it a go. Look, if it doesn't look right, then we can bin it. We can do something else with it. Where did I put my... There. Okay. I'll pop that through. Just pop out the bits. Tempted to get one of the brushes, but there's so many other things that I want. Oh, that might look okay. That just might look okay. Now, let's get a different embossing folder. Let's do... What should we go? We might just do the swirls, just for something a bit different. So this one's not a 3D. So we use a 1, 2. Well, we do use the 1, 2 and 2, 3. I still have to look. This one's called So Swirly. And we're going to put this piece of white through. I'm just going to put it on there because it doesn't really matter which part. So the sealed edge, that goes through the machine first. Is that right, Suzanne? Am I doing that right? Let me look, because that felt very tight. Using thin dies, using standard, and we take out plate 2. I thought that felt a bit thick. There we go. And we'll do the swirly. And again, we're just going to go straight through and out the other side. We're not going to go back through. There we have a nice swirly pattern this time. So something a little bit different. Pop this down out of the way. All right, so what are we thinking? Are we thinking that this is going to look okay with the red and the tone on tone stamping? Do we think that'll look all right? No second plate, thanks. You do a lot more embossing than me. I must admit it's something that I don't do a lot of, and I really should do more. Okay, now comes what should we put across here? Because I don't have any red ribbon, I don't think. Nope, nothing red. So what is the plan? We could use this one again under there. Yeah, you think it looks nice? Yeah, it's a lovely pattern, isn't it? Okay, so I think we might. What are we? No, I don't want that. So I'm going to put this one on there again. Sorry, people. Okay, so we're just a bit of that there, a bit of that there, and I will cut a piece of ribbon. Sorry, I'm probably working off. We will take it straight round and attach it to the back. Look at all this waste. I'm sure I use it for something. Okay, so we have that on there. Now we're going to pop one under and maybe do it a bit more like that with this one. What do we think? We like that? And I can pop the ribbon down here. Gold. Oh, Susie. All right, let me see. This one. This is just for Suzanne. Okay, gold ribbon. Okay, so then we'll pop this one here, maybe that one up a bit. This one's going to look a bit fuller, isn't it? So like that, or do we want them both to sit? Actually, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I think I'll do that. All right, so I'm going to put this one down flat. And because there's more room on these, might even, so you can see, rather, because there's a bit more room and because it is on the embossing, it will be better to, and going over the ribbon, of course, use the glue. So how did I have that? I had it about there. We'll stick that down. Try just one and a bow. One and a bow. You just want to see me do the bow, don't you? Rather than overpower it, you mean, with the red. That was something I was a bit worried about, actually. So, oh, Lynn, you didn't get this ribbon. It is gorgeous. I got 2 rolls of it. I've totally finished 1 roll. I call it spiderweb. I just love it. And you can, like, once you've done stuff with it, you can spread it out. You can make it like thinner, thicker, and it's actually quite easy to work with. And I don't ever worry about chopping bits off because I can use them on different things. Right, Suzanne, how big am I doing this bow? I have too many critics here at the moment. What do we think? Smaller bow? I do that too. Excuse me. When I'm watching somebody, I'm like, no, do this. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that looks good. But isn't that the fun of it? Like, isn't that what it's all about? What do you think? Do we just want the one under there with the bow? Or do we want to put the second one under to make it as well? What do we think? Get that off there. Off. You haven't used it yet? Oh, wait till you do. Don't do what I've done though, Suzanne, and have to make 20 cards with it. 20 bows, 20 of these. What do you think? 2 or 1? A smaller bow. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Is that better? That bow. And do we want the 1 or the 2 pieces? What do we think? Do we just want the 1 piece with a small bow? Or do we want the 2 pieces with the bow? Give me a clue. Just give me a clue. While you're thinking about that, what I might do is find the butterfly stamp, and I'm just going to do the same as I did with the other one, only I'm going to do it in red. Yes, perfect bow with the 2 pieces, Lynn. Okay, we've got it. We're done. Righty-ho. So just let me do this insert while I've got it here. So I'm just going to use the same again because It's what I've got out, and I don't want to go fiddling around and just clean that off and holding everybody up. So I'm going to put I appreciate you. And then we'll do, sorry, I'm using my stamp pad cleaner, but it's down on my lap. We'll do the butterflies again. Quite like these butterflies, actually. Oh, I'll just stamp it off up this end. And then we'll pop the little bits of off there. Yep. I just love these little bits of slap. Okay. The others I didn't clean off straight away, but when I've got red, I try to oh, hi Cynthia. Sorry, I didn't see you come on. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, so we have, that's the inserts done now, so we don't have to worry. So now we've decided we're going to put 2 of these on. So I think what I might do is tuck that under there, because otherwise it's going to blow across the table. Rather than put them both flat, let's get some dimensionals. I should have some minis here somewhere. Goodness knows where. Is that them? Nope, they're big ones as well. We'll use big ones. We can cope. We're adults. We can do anything. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 in there. I'm going to put a half one in there. Another half one in there. Another one in there. That should do. Let's see how we go with that. Let's take it down a tad and put it there. Then we'll get the glue dots. I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on the bow. Look better that way. Yeah, let's do it that way. Because I like to make sure that it's going to stay there. So just press the bow onto the glue dots, pull it off, and we will put the bow. Now, where are we going to put the bow? Put the bow there. And then I'm not liking that underneath showing as much, so I'm going to chop some of that off. There we go. Might put that bow down just a tad lower. How's that, ladies? Does that work? You snuck in about 20 minutes ago. Oh my goodness. And you're sewing, looking up between stitches. Yep. And you know what? Why not? Why not? I think it's like I said, I think it's a great time to actually do what we need to do. And plus we can listen to somebody else and, you know, have a bit of fun while we're doing it. And I'm all about having fun. I love to have fun. I love, yeah, go set yours up, Suzanne. I'll catch up with you very soon. Can't wait to see what you're doing today. I'm just going to stamp this on here if it'll fit. Yep, look at that. Yeah, so in 5 minutes, Suzanne will be on her channel, on Susie D. We all head over there. Then it'll be my turn to be doing something else while Susie crafts. Okay. Just going to stick, oh, goodness me. I'm going to stick these 1, 2. Don't be too stingy with your dimensionals, because if you are, things tend to sag, and then that's not good. So is that straight? No. There we go. So we've got that, and let's have a look at what looks we've got. We do have these ones that came out at Christmas with one of the sweets, and I think I am just going to use them. I'm going to be selfish and oh goodness, that's stuck on the wrong side. So I can you know what, let's stick 3 up there and then do 1 there, and we do 1 there. How's that? Does that look okay? All right, let's put this together. So now we're going to stick this onto the main card. So Cynthia, are you sewing, or are you, like dressmaking sewing, or do you do quilting? What are you sewing? It's years since I've sewn anything, really. I used to do quilting. My husband couldn't understand why I would spend a lot of money on material, then cut it up and sew it back together again. He had a bit of an issue with that. I used to make clothes when I was younger, and my son was young, and we used to make all our own clothes. Alrighty, so that's that bit. And now we'll just pop this into the center. Pop that in. And there we have, you're a beginner. You're a beginner for 30 years. I love that. We never stop learning, do we? Okay. Alrighty, so let me clear the rubbish. If only you could. No, you don't want to see this desk. I don't want to see this desk. Alrighty, so we have the red one with the red insert. We have the black with the gold. This one doesn't have the dots or anything on it. And then we have the insert. And then we have the one that we've made while we've been on with the insert. So what do we think? What do we think about clean and simple and straightforward? I think that there's a place for it. I believe that we don't always have to throw a million things onto the front of a card to make it look nice. So I hope you've all enjoyed it. Let me pop back up to the top. Oops. Okay, let me There you go. Now you got to put up with me. Okay, so that's our cards for today. Now tomorrow, I am not really sure what time. I'd love to be on at 9:30. However, as most of you know, I've got my mum. Hi, Kynan. How are you? I've got mum staying with me at the moment. She goes home tomorrow, so I usually take her. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Thank you so much. Thanks, Holly. I take mum up to Childers, and my brother meets me there, and then he takes her home. So I may be a later in the morning one, probably possibly around about, if I say around 11, no, around lunchtime, 12 lunchtime, I think it might have to be. Yeah, I will obviously put it up. So if you rung the notification bell, etc., then you'll see when I'm going up. Your mum was good at sewing. She was making quilts for grandkids. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, look, and at least you're doing it. You're going to be making them and finishing them off. So that's wonderful. Oh, trip to Japan. Yay. I love Japan. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and it's lovely to see you and to meet you. And to the other ladies that have been on before, you know, feel free to jump in, tell me what you'd like, what you don't like. I'm happy to go with anything. I'm one of those people, let's do it. All righty, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will catch you all again tomorrow. I'm sorry I can't give you an exact time. However, I will put it up, so not a problem. All righty. Thank you so much again. Enjoy your day. All have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.